Good morning and welcome to CSL Greater Boston. I'm Gina and I am blessed to be the spiritual director of this beloved community. And we are here today virtually, and I'm grateful that you're here. And we're here to talk about a new topic. It's the first week of a new month, and the topic is living in everyday wonder of nature. In all aspects of that is what we're going to cover this month. Today's topic, as you could see from our intro, is all for one and one for all. And today we're going to talk about living in harmony with this beautiful planet that we're on. We're going to talk about stewardship and what does it mean to be in this oneness. Now, we have a core concepts that we are part of Science of Mind, Centers for Spiritual Living. And what we believe in is it's a teaching more than it is a religion. We're a culmination of philosophy, science, and religion. And we bring it all together for these beautiful teachings. Now, our core concepts, 10 core concepts that were written by our beloved Ernest Holmes. The first one is really what we're going to be talking about this month. Oneness. God is the source of all that is, and God is all that is. Everything in the universe is made of the God substance and is a unique, individualized expression of God. And of course, whether you call it God, spirit, the universe, energy, whatever it is that you choose, whatever language fits for you, it's that all that is, was, and ever will be. And today we're going to talk about what does it mean to be in harmony with all that we see, all that we know, all that is on this beautiful planet of ours. So as we listen to this first song, know that we are being called. It's actually Karen Drucker's Stand. We are being called to stand as the stewards of this beautiful, beautiful community called planet Earth. And I invite you to listen to the words and be here.
For years I would talk about how I wanted to change the world, but I always left it up for someone else to do. But then I finally realized I needed to take a stand, and that by changing my thinking I could change my life. That's how I could change the world. So let there be peace. I am a stand for peace. Let there be love. I am a stand for love. Let there be joy. I am a stand for joy. We are making a new world now. Let there be peace. I am a stand for peace. Let there be love. I am a stand for love. Let there be joy. I am a stand for joy. We are making a new world now. Let there be peace. I am a stand for peace. Let there be love. I am a stand for love. Let there be joy. I am a stand for joy. We are making a new world now. Let there be peace. I am a stand for peace. Let there be love. I am a stand for love. Let there be joy. I am a stand for joy. We are making a new world now. Let there be peace. I am a stand joy. I am a stand for joy. We are making a new world now. Let there be peace. I am a stand for peace. Love. I am a stand for joy. I am a stand. We are making a new world now. I know we are making a new world now. I can see it. We are making a new world now.
We are making a new world now. And what does that mean? It's all for one and one for all. Within this oneness, there is only spirit. And we know that spirit is right here where each one of us is. And it's being in a place of not just understanding that, but it's living differently. We are here today to celebrate life itself, our lives, the beauty, the love, and the connection. And in that, let's go within and really make that connection. So let's take a breath and be right here where we are, right here and right now, knowing that there is only one. As long as you're not driving, wherever you are, if you feel comfortable, just close your eyes and just be. Just be. Knowing that all that is needed is provided in this moment. Taking in that breath and knowing that spirit is both breath and the breather. Knowing that in this moment, all is well. And as we open this service, this beautiful celebration of community, of nature, of life itself, I am so grateful to be part of this. So grateful to be part of this oneness and to know it. And I know that every word that is spoken is that of divine. I know that every aspect, from the beautiful reading from Barbara to the music, everything moves smoothly through technology, and that regardless of time and space, we are here together. So, in full gratitude for everyone at home, in full gratitude for everyone in the all being right here, right now. I celebrate it, knowing that it is good, it is divine, it is holy. I say amen and blessed be, and together we say, and so it is. So as we step into this holiness, I bring in our beautiful Barbara Epstein, practitioner, who is here to do our reading for us this morning. Good morning, Barbara.
Good morning. Thank you for having me. I'm going to read about the power of reaching out, and I thought that's kind of coupled with what this particular talk was about, because we are connected with everything, but our relationships are one of the most important things that we are connected with. So basically, what I will be reading will be about relationships. Each person who comes into your life is there because of the law of your being, and they are there in the way that you are expressing yourself. If there is no expression, no reaching out going on, the relationship is not a creative one. It does not heal or bless anyone. The key element in love, success, health, and wealth is believing in yourself enough to give out of that self, to reach out to the moment and to whoever is in it, and to create an experience of love. There is power in love because it is a healing factor. Love has nothing to do with sex, and it makes no demands. Mind always creates the body and the experience of what you are expressing, and without the expression, mind does not know what to create. Expressing your positive feelings for another person is a highly creative thing. The words are not important, just do it. This action of love can only bless every area of your life. Reaching out in some way is really saying to the other that he or she is important to you. And so it not only blesses each person in your life, but you as well. When your motivation is right, it cannot be misunderstood. The people who are in your life are there because of the law of yourself. They are there to receive the love that we have to give. As we give and express the love, we are fulfilling our purpose, our reason for being, and our lives are filled to overflowing with positive and creative relationships. To be able to reach out in this assertive and positive way, you have to be assertive with yourself. When you use your thought to identify with who and what you really are, you are free to love yourself, to believe in that self, and to thus express it with authority, integrity, and love. Treat yourself with respect and love, and there will be no difficulty in reaching out to others. Remember, it is not up to them to reach out to you. It is your responsibility to reach out to them first of all. As you give, so do you receive. If they do not respond, that is their privilege, and it says nothing negative about you at all, for your reaching out has no strings attached. The power of giving is the power of receiving. Reach out and touch someone with the love that you have for yourself and thus for all. Thank you.
And so it is. Beautiful. Thank you. Yes, it is. It is up to us to reach out. It is up to us to be what I consider the stewards. And I just want to share, I loved this. Stewardship is the activity or job of protecting and being responsible for something. The careful and responsible management of something entrusted to one's care. And as humans, as people, as citizens of the planet, we are given so much. And in that being given, in our relationships, we are given so much. It is up to us in that power of giving to know that what we give out does come back. And the song that we're going to play next, I absolutely love. And it is originally from Pink, and it's actually written from a perfect perspective of who's singing it. It's actually a children's choir that it's covered by. And it's What About Us? So it's recognizing after years and years of all that's been done, were our children cared for? And it makes us wonder, are we caring for ours for generations to come? So I invite you to recognize and ask yourself that question.
We're searchlights we can see in the dark. We are rockets pointing up at the stars. We are billions of beautiful hearts. And you sold us down the river too far. What about us? What about all the times you said you had the answers? What about us? What about all the broken happy ever afters? What about us? What about all the plans that ended in disaster? What about love? What about trust? What about us? We have problems that want to be solved. We are children that need to be loved. We need love. We were willing, we came when you called. But man, you fooled I'll be ready. Are you ready? It's the start of us waking up. Come on. Are you ready? I'll be ready. I don't want control. I want to let go. Are you ready? I'll be ready. 'Cause now it's time to let them know. What about us? What about all the times you said you had the answers? What about us? What about all the broken happy ever afters? What about all the plans that ended in disaster? What about love? What about trust? What about us? What about love? What about trust? What about us? What about love? What about trust? What about us?
What about us? All for one and one for all. So, what does that mean? What about us? When we look at these children, I don't know about you, but it makes me well up. Today, actually, we're having a party for my 5-year-old granddaughter's birthday, and I see these children, and I see her, I see my grandchildren that are all about their age or even younger, and I say, what about us? What are we leaving? What are we doing to make it better? So, we have to ask ourselves, how do I see the world? How do I see myself in the world? And that's what it's all about this month, most of all, is realizing that we get to be here. We get to play in this field of earth. We get to do these things. And as Thich Nhat Hanh said, the earth is everywhere. You may be used to thinking of the earth only the ground beneath your feet, but the water, the sea, the sky, and everything around us comes from the earth. Everything outside us and everything inside us comes from the earth. So it's all that there is in this oneness called life. And sometimes in the hustle and bustle of life, we lose sight of that. We think of, well, what is mine to do? When we think of our job, we think of getting our kids ready for school, or making sure we have what we need in our home. But do we think of the grander home? Do we see the bigger picture? I know in my life, sometimes when I'm going through something, whatever it may be, there may be this, there seems to be a crisis, whatever kind there may be, and it very well might be. When I keep my eyes on my small little existence, things can get chaotic. But when I look at the grand scheme of nature herself, when I think of all there is in the magnitude of life, a seeming problem doesn't seem so big. Most of them seem like first world problems. And I realize that there is something so much bigger than I am taking care of everything. So, how do I contribute to that? How do I help make that better? Now, we are live this morning, and I would love, as you're going through the message this morning, I would love for you to share what are the things that you do that help you keep perspective on life itself, realizing the magnitude of life versus the simple moment that we might be in. What is it that you do that helps you recognize your place in this micro and macrocosm called life? That there is so much more than the simple, seemingly simple things that happen in any given day. when we have the right perspective. So, Ernest Holmes in The Science of Mind says the ultimate cause back of all things must be one. Since life cannot be divided against itself, the infinite must be one. For there could not be two infinite beings. Whatever change takes place must take place within this one. But this one must be changeless. For being one and only, it could not change into anything but itself. Now, that is a huge statement because we know in our world everything is constantly changing. Even clouds don't stay still in the sky. Everything seems to be changing, yet he's saying it's changeless. Well, the truth is, it's all made of the same stuff. So, regardless of what we see in the illusion of form, it's all the same stuff. We know energy is energy, just vibrating at a different rate. So, regardless of what we're witnessing on this world, in this planet, in this moment, they're so much bigger than we are. And we get the opportunity to participate and even assist in that. And I love this quote from Buckminster Fuller once said, "On this spaceship Earth, there are no passengers, only crew. We are all crew, and we're not the pilot, co-pilot, or the navigator. We are each the chaplain. We are each called to minister to one another and to the planet, to bring new life forward, to nurture." How beautiful is that? That goes right along with what Barbara's reading was this morning. We are here to take that step out and be that. We don't have to wait for somebody else to make a phone call. We don't need to wait for something else good to happen. We are the good in this world. The song that we just watched with the beautiful children, that choir, those little cherubs, we are the caretakers for our children, our grandchildren. Our ancestors were that of us. It doesn't matter where we are in this moment, it's where we're choosing to be. Everything is about our minds. What happened in the past got us here. So, what do we choose now? What do we choose to be and bring to the world? Good morning, Darlene. Watching with Barbara and Swampscott. Yes, it's about reaching out to the people that we love. I love animals. And one of the things that I try to do is I give to a rescue an animal league every month. I give to actually a couple of different ones. And it's not a lot because it's not where I'm in the position that I'm in. It's all perspective. But from what I am and what I have different things that I believe in. Therefore, we go and we give what we can to what it matters to us. See, one of the things that we in our society do quite often is that we have the opportunity to show what's important to us by what we back with our money. What we are spending our time on, our efforts on, if we're working or whatever it may be, whatever we treasure, we share with what's important to us. So, how do you do that? Good morning, Maria. Wonderful to have you here. And she said, "Good morning. Humility helps me understand that I am one of the ultimate magnificence, and this thought brings me joy." Yes, absolutely. One of the allness, one of the absolute beautiful. You definitely are one of the stars in our sky, without a question. We get this opportunity to recognize that I don't need to be better than, I don't need to live up to anything but the best version of ourselves. But what does that look like in the world? So, Spirit has created this unbelievable system, this ecosystem, and we are caretakers of it. There's a lot of people that live in fear. Well, what is happening to the bees and what's happening to the planet? And, there's people that feel like, well, why even bother? And the truth is, we're here to be part of this ecosystem of life. We have the power with our thoughts, with our prayers, to make a change. We know that. That is the basis of everything that we believe in. Are we practicing it? Are we sending love to the planet every day? Here's what I know. Yes, there's definitely climate change. There's definitely issues with. We know that. In the moment, that's what I see. But it doesn't mean that spirit doesn't have the answer. When the Wright brothers first took their flight, the Kitty Hawk, nobody believed that they could do it. They thought if you weren't born with wings, you were not meant to fly. And now we go everywhere and anywhere. That wasn't that long ago. So, what is possible isn't even a glimmer of what we see. Spirit can do anything, anything. One creation changes everything. And you don't have to be the creator of it. You can be the creator of the hope, the creator of the prayer and the treatment, knowing that there is some engineer somewhere manifesting that perfect creation that Spirit has given. You can be that catalyst of good in this world. Just as Barbara said with reaching out, love leads the way in everything we do. So being that steward and really caring for is just that. It is caring for our planet. It's giving ourselves the opportunity to live and be different. It's all how we look at things. It doesn't have to be it doesn't have to be the way someone else does it. I love the idea of stewardship. When we think of our homes, we know we are caretakers of that. If there's, whether it's the grass that needs to be cut, or if there's, anything from laundry to be done to, just everyday maintenance, we know that we are the stewards of our home. As parents, we are stewards of our children. But as citizens of this planet, this is all there is. There is no somewhere else. And life is always growing and expanding and evolving. So, what does that look like? What do I choose for that to look like? How do I show up and shine that love in a way of knowing that it brings people together? Because I have a choice of what I perceive. I can see, oh, it's all fallen apart. Or I can say, yes, it may have fallen apart so it can come back together even greater. It's up to us to witness our thoughts because we get to create from that. Darlene says, creator, creating, created, all are one. Exactly. And there is no time or space. We know that. Einstein taught us that time is relative. It is a human construct. So when we think, oh, it's too late, you know how many people that I've worked with as a life coach that have said, oh, it's too late for me to do what I'm meant to do. And I have had people of all ages say that to me. I have worked with people in their 80s that started a new career, and I have worked with people. I have a nephew that, is in his 20s that thinks, oh, I can't start a new career now. He's 25. So, and I laugh hysterically at him. We get a choice of, above all things, our thoughts. And our thoughts turn into words and actions. And this is a beautiful planet that we have been given. So, how do you help keep it? I would love to hear from you. How do you help keep this beautiful earth of ours? every time you teach a child, there's expansion there. And you are teaching them ways of thinking differently, of being differently, and inspiring them. You're making a difference. When we think of the animals, there's so much more than just our cats and dogs. Usually the pets that we have are most often the ones we think of, but there is everything in our ecosystem, from the bees that pollinate everything, that give us food, straight to, when you think of, I love horses, I think they're regal, to even bacteria that gives us penicillin. There are so many different parts of life that are all part of that. It's not just animals, it's not just insects. Even our oceans are alive. Everything is alive. When we look at life in that way, it is all around us. Yes, some of the ways that we can create are by showing kindness, absolutely, patience, and awareness. Yes. And sometimes it's little things and sometimes it's huge things. But the little things become the big things. Darlene says, my epitaph is, she was kind, she was fair, and that's it. We can live in a way that guides where we go in our lives. And their only limits are self-imposed. So when we look at our teaching in the universal level, there is life all around us. And every bit of it is spirit. Everything that is sentient, everything that is alive is spirit. And just as we would give reverence to a house of God, just as we would give reverence to a sacred space, every bit of life is sacred. So it's about honoring that and looking at that in our lives and realizing, everything from the running water that we have that blesses and nourishes us and keeps us, clean and keeps us, able to be hydrated and be and function. Are we thinking of that for the people in the many countries that don't have that? There's so many charities. There's so many different things out there. Sometimes it can feel overwhelming. But again, it doesn't need to be that we give everything, but we can do something, even if it's causing awareness. There's a ton of posts when you see social media, and everyone gives it a bad rap, and there's a lot of times that it isn't good. But the truth is that there's so much more than that. There is more than just the bad rap that it might get. There's a lot of good on it too. You get to hear about things like David Alt doing, the walk of the El Camino. And he's doing it for his Kaleidoscope Foundation. And as a fundraiser, he walked the El Camino in Portugal. And he actually arrived today in the middle of, summertime with the weather being over 100 degrees most of the way. He did this because this is how he felt he could cause attention for this Kaleidoscope Foundation. And this foundation helps bring drinking water to communities in countries that don't have it. And, as simple as that. And it doesn't mean that you have to give to that charity or anything, but the awareness that when I turn on my faucet, what a gift I get. When we live in the gratitude and appreciation for what we have, what we seemingly don't doesn't mean as much. And gratitude attracts. So when I think about the good, more good comes. When I live in fear, more to fear comes. We get to choose. And it is so important that we are that call to service, that we are that first line of defense. Sometimes it seems frustrating. Maybe whether it's the laws that are going through that we don't like and they're rolling back or they're not doing what we feel should be done. We can stand up, we can vote, we can make a difference. We can plant flowers so that the bees will have the bright, vibrant flowers that they need for food. We can we can drop food off at a local shelter. And that can be for people or that can be for animals. You know, whatever it is that connects you. If you love horses, find a horse farm around you and volunteer. Be around them. Find a way to connect yourself with the beauty of nature because it's what you are. Every bit of it is that stardust of spirit. So I know that there's a lot of ways, but just know none of them are wrong. All of them are for the good of. Rumi said, in this earth, in this soil, in this pure field, let's not plant any seeds other than seeds of compassion and love. So yes, let's do that. Let us make sure that what we're doing is planting the seeds for compassion and love for all, big and small, knowing that we get to do this. We are the stewards. It's not too late. It is never too late as long as we're here. So I invite you to look at and take some time to do that. But I also invite you to recognize that if there were times you didn't, let it go. We cannot know what we were meant to know until, like, we don't, what we know now. It took what it took to get here. So it's important. Forgive yourself. And I love this quote. You can silently repeat this to yourself. I forgive myself for any ways in which I knowingly or unknowingly caused hurt or harm to any living being or creature. I forgive all. And that's Reverend Michael Beckwith. I forgive all. It's not about placing blame or would have, could have, should have. Today we're talking about an invitation to just do things a little bit differently. So, as a kind of call to action, I invite you to take some time and just observe and reflect and appreciate nature around you. Even if it's for 5 minutes a day, really appreciate this beautiful planet that we're on. And we have the technology, you can go anywhere for a virtual tour. If you go to YouTube, you could literally go anywhere in the world and appreciate it. Notice each breath. You know, I invite you to, when you drink a glass of water, when you turn on the faucet, when you prepare a meal, realize how much went into this. Honor the farmer that grew whatever that was and the truck driver that got it to the store. Honor, the animal, if you're, whatever the meat that's on the table, honor it. Say thank you. Really look at life and say thank you for this ecosystem that brings us the conveniences for where we are. And technology has been wonderful. We wouldn't be having this message right now if it weren't for it. It's a wonderful tool, but it also is so important that we unplug from it and connect to each other. Take that time to reach out and know, the power that you have within you to change people's lives. Be that change you wish to see in the world and create moments of connection. Just as we love our pets and they are like our children, many of us, be in that place of knowing that there's only one family, there's only one, and that we are walking each other home. So let's dance and celebrate it. Good morning, Valerie. It's wonderful to have you with us. You know, I invite you to find small, simple, wonderful ways to change our minds and therefore change our world. Spiritual community is great for that. We have the opportunity to come together for and as a cause to be the difference. So I invite and I challenge CSL Boston and each one to do that. Let's come together and make things different. Let's see what Spirit calls forth in amazing ways, to be mindful and present, to reach out and to be in and as that oneness. So thank you. And I thank you for coming along this month with us on this tour of nature. And I invite you to say our affirmation together with me this week. I am one with all of life, and I treat everyone and everything with love and respect. And I'd love for us to say that one more time. I am one with all of life, and I treat everyone and everything with love and respect. So thank you for being here for this message, this powerful message. And, as we move into our time of circulation, the law of circulation says giving activates receiving. So in all that we do, when we're giving out, it means we are receiving. And knowing that whatever it is that you're giving to CSL Greater Boston allows this message to be spread and for us to do more good in the world. So I thank you for that. And you can do that by going to PayPal virtually. You can go to PayPal and you can scan that little code, or you can, just type in CSL Boston, and that's a way to make a donation. Or, of course, next week we are in person and looking forward to having you there with us in Medford. So, our schedule for the summer is in person the second and fourth Sundays. So, we will be live from Medford next Sunday. Looking forward to seeing all of your shining faces and being with you all. And I would love for us to just say our sacred affirmation. So, divine love as me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, and all that I circulate. And I am so grateful to all that circulate, not only their finances, but also their time. So many give so much of themselves to be a part of this community and to help this community. So wherever you are called, I invite you. You have so much to give. And when you give, it is without a doubt that you must receive. And one more announcement that I just wanted to let everyone know, that Mondays we are doing the visioning every Monday. It actually has been so encouraging and wonderful this past month that we've been doing it every week. It's Mondays at noon, and this is the link, but you can also find it on our website. So I invite you to go to cslboston.org and know that there is, it's a wonderful, It's 30 minutes and it is wonderful. And if you've never done visioning before, join us, we'll explain it. And remember that we are on New Thought Media Network at 5 p.m. every week as well. So thank you for being here with us. And we're going to close with a prayer and then a song, of course. But I invite you to be where you are, present in this presence. I invite you to take a breath and recognize that breath as spirit. And recognize yourself also as spirit. For there is nothing and no one that is not. So being right here and right now, taking that breath, knowing that there is only one power, one presence, one love, and one life, from the sun and the sky to the oceans to every thought, everything that is, was, and ever will be, omniscient, omnipresent, and opulent, the spirit. And knowing that there is nowhere it is not, that includes me. I am that I am presence. And as I know it of me, I know it of each one within my voice and beyond. I know that spirit is before I am. And knowing that I am that individualized expression of the one, knowing that for each and for all, stepping forth into this day and this coming week, I know that there is a higher recognition for the micro and the macrocosm called life. I know that I have a greater recognition of all around me. Where in the past I may have been too busy to notice, I pay attention. I pay attention to life itself, unfolding in majestic ways. I expect miracles. And I know that spirit is in, through, and as everyone, everything, in the unfoldment of life itself. I celebrate it. I celebrate the birds in the skies. I celebrate the oceans and their beauty, the majesty of life. And I do what is mine to do, and I know, for I am led by thoughts turns into words and actions. I let it be easy. I let it be guided and governed by spirit, as spirit, for spirit. And in that knowing, in that beauty, in that ease, I shower love and compassion on this world. And I let it ripple out, knowing that it must come back because it cannot be avoided. So shining that light and that love, I am filled. I am grateful. Knowing that the law does what it does and amazing things unfold. I expect miracles. Filled with gratitude and joy, I say thank you, thank you, thank you. Amen and blessed be. And together we say, and so it is. Thank you for being here with us this morning. Thank you for being in community. And I look forward to seeing your shining faces next week. Thank you for joining us, knowing that there is only one and celebrating that. The last song we're going to play today is called The Power of One. You are called to be a steward. What does that mean? Recognize the power that you are as we step into this week, this month of nature. What does that mean for you? And what joy can it bring in your life? Till next week, blessings and love. Namaste.
responsibility was to change the world, change the world. Let me be the one to start a revolution. Let me sing